Oh, here we go. Hello and good evening. We're back with another DMing Hadley game. Tonight we're doing the. Here we go. Oh no! Oh god, it's coming back in cycles. Evening. No. We're back. With the Ballad of Jolene and Dolly, neither of which are here tonight. We.
Wait, I'm
we
here.
Well, I mean, yeah, but like you're here, but
right.
But neither,
okay, that's right.
Jolene's not here.
Neither Jolene or Dolly will be joining us this evening.
She's here in spirit.
Yeah, she's in this world though. Because if you're just seeing this for the first time, this is their second season, and last season, in the absence of Sarah, we decided to meet a couple of other adventurers in this world and see what sort of activities they were getting into. And they just so happened to stumble their way into Dolsylvania, where they made some new friends and drank some delicious juice. Then, they saw that pretty much the forests all around Dolsylvania were on fire. When we visited them again, they were in the middle of managing an evacuation from Dolsylvania. They did succeed.
With the fiery charcoal miners.
Quite handily. Yep. You fought some undead miners who had been possessed by your characters don't know it, but now we know that it was good old Joshua. It seems that he has come to Dolsylvania to stir up some trouble. Y'all have been caught in the wake. Sad state of affairs. But I think all that said and done, I think it might be time for the round robin.
Why?
Already. Y'all, during the round robin, we like to do 4 distinct things. The first thing we do is introduce ourselves. Seems easy enough. The second thing we do is share with one another, and in this case, the world, our pronouns. The third thing we do is introduce our characters. And the fourth and final thing is offer a vivid aesthetic description of our characters so that they may live in each and every one of our brain holes, because I like to vividly hallucinate with my friends on the internet for 2 to 3 hours at a time, 6 days a week. And, today's no different. So, without further ado, Jimbo, why don't you take it away and show the folks at home how it's done?
Hello, my name is Jimbo. I use the he, him pronouns. Today, I will be playing Mithri. Mithri is they are called an abducted, which is a form of, what are they? The Abba Dabba. They're an alien kind of creature. Wow, what are those called? Aberrations? No. What's that other A word?
Alamos.
Asimars?
No. They're usually a monster race out in space.
Aliens?
Yeah, it's basically what they are, but they're...
Then just say
people.
Aliens, though.
I did say aliens.
Oh,
but there's a different word. It's Abba Jabba Jabba Jabba.
Abba Jabba Jabba Jabba.
Abba Jabba Jabba Jabba. So description, what they look like. I also have a picture, but what I have written is, with hair of softly glowing lavender and skin of lilac, Mithri stands out already. The lack of prominent facial features adds a skosh more to the strange factor of their appearance. But it is the eyes that really bring out the oogie in most folks. Black as the night sky, with stars that rotate and shift just as the night sky. And the bit of inspo that I have, the eyes are incorrect, but this is pretty much what I see them like.
Ooh.
So angsty.
So
Applets?
angsty.
That looks familiar, so I would say so.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm trying. I look forward to you letting me know what you end up finding.
Okay, I will look it up.
At a cursory glance, I don't see anything that particularly jumps out at me by way of races there. But I look forward to seeing,
Aberrations.
It is an aberration. Well, aberration's not a race. Aberration's a class.
Type. It's a type.
Yeah. It's like your Pokemon type is aberration.
An aberration has a bizarre anatomy, strange abilities, alien mindset, or any combination thereof. All aberrations, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But that would be aboleths, beholders, mind flayers, etc.
You are aberrant.
Yes.
Got it. Very good.
But not abhorrent.
Correct. Lovely. And thanks for sharing the inspo there. Appreciate it. Lovely. Pix?
Hi, as you've just heard, my name is Pix for short, but you can also call me Pix and Pixels or Pixie Pie or Pixie. And my pronouns are she, her. And I'll be playing tonight Pegazora, also known as Peggy Hawthorne. Mild-mannered Peggy Hawthorne is not what she appears to be, though she is your average 5'6", 130-pound academically attuned girl with dirty blonde hair and brown eyes, which she conceals with silver-colored contact lenses, naturally. Peggy's life transmogrified into that of the magical destiny of Pegazora when she was bestowed a magical crystallized unicorn horn she excavated during one of her destined paleontological sessions.
Yes.
And was granted mystical and fantastical powers that she is still getting the hang of her magic, as it seems like it's a little unwieldy at the worst of times and chaotic at the best. But she will one day become the greatest sorcerer that ever lived. She is adorned with a shimmering silken cloak with stars, and a denim skirt all with brassy buttons, a black unicorn t-shirt, plaid tennis shoes. She keeps her hair tied up in a ponytail with a crushed black velvet scrunchie. Her tortoise shell-framed glasses and her silvery contact lenses adorn her face.
And I love her.
Thanks.
Magnificent. Thanks, Pix. I feel like if I were to call you Pix and Pixels, that'd be like calling you by your full name. It'd be like a very
please. Pix and Pixels is my mother.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Call me Pixie.
Yeah, that's what that feels like a little bit. Magnificent. Lovely. So I would like to know. I forgot. DMing Hadley. He, him pronouns. Here for about 60% or so of your DMing needs. I also play the rest of the world.
What about the other 40%?
I don't do maps.
I don't do math.
I actually do math because unlike
I thought you were too gay
people,
for math.
I like to say that the threshold to be too gay for math is relatively low, and I am just on this side of it. I am like somehow at math. I'm okay with math. It's fine. I do the numbers mostly in my head. But if you're out there and you're like, math, no, I'm too gay for that. Boy, howdy, do I have a shirt for you. Number one seller. Too gay for math. But by like a long shot. It's impressive.
And you could have the number 2 and the number 4. I almost said the letter 4. That's how good at math I am.
Yep, bingo.
You could have the number 2 and the number 4 in there to like really sell your point.
Yeah. Too gay for math. I should have turned the 4 backwards. That would have been even better. Damn, a missed opportunity.
I mean, in the mirror.
Right. Oh, man. Well, then I have to put the whole shirt on back. Then you're too gay to read. That's a different...
Well, you could release a new version of the shirt with the 4 backwards and see how it compares.
Yeah, that one might take off.
Too gay for brain.
Yeah, too gay to brain. Might be the next follow-up T-shirt. Yeah. So, y'all did a great job heading up this evacuation of Dulsylvania, and save for those miners who were unceremoniously relieved of life and then brought back to serve an evil master. You really did get everybody out of town. You did a great job doing it. You saved them from the attacks of many of these miners as they marched up the hills in pursuit of your party. And once you made it about 3 or 4 miles outside of town, you were able to head to a neighboring little crossroads known as Lizard Lick. Lizard Lick, a lot of people think it's a town. It's not. It's just a crossroads. The road east out of the hills of Dulsylvania winds down to a road that sort of heads from south-southwest to north-northeast along these line of, honestly, Appalachian Mountains. As you made your way down, the handful of citizens that thrive, survive, / live in Lizard Lick were a bit overwhelmed to see several thousand people descending from the hills en masse. And very quickly, a number of those individuals started taking the road, I guess in this case, more traveled, and started heading to family and different towns, some of them eager now to relocate, others of them very reluctant to do so. But that still left a significant portion of the community of Dulsylvania setting up a pretty extensive tent city at this crossroads. And very quickly, the citizens of Lizard Lick began to flesh out structures for them to stay in, including larger tented buildings, outhouses, and other facilities that would ease their transition. Many a hunter spent the last day or so gathering and harvesting animals and vegetables and other various fruits and goodies to try and take care of these folks. But there is this sort of constant lingering foreboding energy as you can still look back up the hill towards the west and see plumes of smoke, not nearly as large as when those trees and the town were aflame, but no less imposing as it seems to be more concentrated and very consistent. What have the two of you been doing over the last day or so as people have been sort of setting up shop here and trying to get acclimated to at least their temporary living situation?
Do you want to talk first, Jimbo, or can I say something? Okay, thanks. I was just going to say, I think that it makes all the sense in the world if Peggy has had her face mostly glued to the map to see where they're going. And then, like, there's been various instances where, like, she's about to fall into, like, a hole or a ditch or something, and Mithri just kind of, like, casually catches her and, like, it's like that. It's like those old cartoon scenes where, like, the baby's going through the construction zone and just constantly getting saved or protected by outside forces.
I like that. That seems right.
And she's probably also, like, spent a lot of energy trying to find a place for them to rest.
I like that. What sort of accommodations are you looking for?
Oh, they have to be fit for a hero.
All right. That's very interesting. Roll me an investigation check, please.
Oh, this is going to go well. Not that one. This one. That's an 11 plus 5. 16?
Yeah, there's the Lizard Lick Inn. And as you go inside, there is a very surly looking gentleman. He is wearing a ribbed tank top shirt. His chest and back hair seem to be far more abundant than the thin bit of fabric he wears over his broad chest and abdomen. He is almost entirely bald, except for the faint wisps of salt and pepper around his ears. He's got more hair coming out of his nose than he does on the top of his head. And he has a scruffy, short, maybe day-old beard. Which is similarly salt and peppered, and chewing on one of the many toothpicks that he keeps in a small jar on the counter to the Lizard Lick Inn. He looks over at the two of you and says, for heroes, yeah. We've got, we've got the honeymoon suite. It's a penthouse, really. Looks out over the ocean from here.
We could consider it, I guess. And she looks over at Mithri.
And Mithri is looking at the guy with, like, kind of shock that the mention of honeymoon suite, and then can kind of sense that Pegazora is looking at him and looks over and makes eye contact and then instantly starts to blush.
And Peggy tilts her head. She's like, what's the matter with you? It's just a room. And then she turns back over to the guy at the counter, and then she's just like, so, my fine surly gentleman, could you say that the view overlooking this establishment is in any way heroic, or some synonym of the word?
You'll feel like a hero. And he picks his teeth and smirks wryly, and says, "Yep, from up there, you'll absolutely feel like a hero." And he goes to a box on the wall and opens it. You can see a number of like key hooks. All of them are empty except for one in the top left corner, and he pulls that key hook or the key off the hook and jangles it in front of you. And he says, "Unfortunately, heroes' accommodations come with a heroic cost too."
What's the charge?
Yeah, who is the bad things that we have to take care
of? I just meant money.
That's what I assumed.
Yeah.
Monetary compensation.
Yes. Monetary compendium. Yes.
That's close.
That'll be. And he thinks for a second. He sort of scratches his thick jaw, making an audible, if not unnerving, sound as he scratches over those wiry hairs.
Yeah.
And he looks the two of you over and goes, how about gold for the both of you?
Yes. How much gold do you need?
Oh,
Do you have like a sign or something for like rates?
Yeah, he stops and looks back. There's no rate sign here. It's not like the Motel 6 where they got the rates on the sign. And he goes, how much gold?
You haven't done this a lot, have you?
I am a little overbooked. And he flips through some pages. Can I get an insight or perception check from both of you, please?
You got it. This one.
18 from the 3.
Which one?
Insight, sorry.
Oh.
Insight, very good.
I got an 8 plus 0, 8.
Which one? Insight or perception?
Oh wait, we can choose, right?
Yes.
I have a -2 for perception, so I'm gonna say insight and leave it at 8.
Okay. This guy's he's just so excited, Pegazora. He's just so excited to have heroes here. He's just fumbling over himself.
That's what I assumed. I mean, how could you not be?
Mithri, as you sort of see him look down over his ledger and see him start to scratch his chin, it's pretty apparent he's trying to see how much he can milk the two of you for. And as he looks down the ledger, I think we see Pegazora having that conversation with him. And you can see that he usually charges 5 silver per person.
And so Mithri reaches into his pouch, pulls out the 1 gold coin, sets it down on the counter.
Mystery. Your money's no good here.
With his finger and slides it forward.
Money's definitely good here.
I should let you know that I understand that you are trying to earn money because this is a business, but and then he just makes direct eye contact, can read your mind.
Yeah. Can I get an intimidation check with advantage?
All right,
please?
delivery. Also, thank you. You saved Peggy from doing something stupid.
It's 13.
The
other was an 8.
As he looks at you, you see him start to bite hard on that toothpick, and as your eyes sort of go wide, and you say, "Read your mind," it's almost like you can see the hairs on his back prickle. It's a very fluffy experience, and he goes, yeah, I mean,
and Mithri instantly starts smiling and goes, "So I expect you to earn your keep." And let's go of the gold coin.
He grumbles a little. He's not saying anything in particular. He's just sort of, and he looks at the two of you, and he looks down at the gold coin, and he looks back up. And his big, meaty hand slaps down over the coin, and he scoots it off into a small wooden box under the counter where you're at. And he says, "We'll do everything we can," and picks at his teeth some more, "to take care of our new heroes." And as he says heroes, he sort of flourishes a little bit.
Yeah.
And he looks down at the key, wishing he would have played that better. and scoots it across the desk or the countertop to the two of you and says, "Outside, all the way down, up the stairs on the far side of the building."
Much obliged, surly gentleman.
Much obliged, dear.
What a great place! We get heroic discounts! And she's like shaking Mithri's arm.
And Mithri just kind of like nods and goes along.
As the two of you make your way back outside, you can see that this inn is more like a classic motel. It is about it's two buildings, and there's sort of the main structure. And the office is in the middle of it, and there's about a dozen rooms on either side. On this side of the building, and then another couple of dozen upstairs on this side of the building, and same on the far side of the structure. So there's, give or take about 50 rooms in this building, and then there's a smaller building which has bunks. So people pay a little less to stay in a room with, four people or more. And that building probably houses another 100 folks. And you can see that far more than the expected capacity of these rooms is being met. And as you walk down, you can also see these tremendous tents that have been erected around this crossroads. And as you walk down the corridor and then up the stairs, you see your room. It is room 48. And as you go inside, it is a generous accommodation for sure. There are two queen-size beds. There is a rather large tub with mirrors on the two sides that abut the wall, and another one on the ceiling. And there is a really gorgeous view from here of a old swamp. It does not look like the ocean. As you go upstairs, you realize you guys are about 300, 400 miles from the ocean. There's no way you could possibly have a view of the ocean from here unless you were several thousand feet up, and probably just closer. So there is a beautiful bog, marshland, as you look out the room to the north, and it is it's not beautiful. It's not. It looks like it maybe once was beautiful, and then something probably got in the water because all the trees are dead. It doesn't look like there's any life. You just see like gnats and mosquitoes and other insects buzzing around on this like almost oil slick topped water. But otherwise, the room seems to be pretty decent accommodations. And there's a little note on the dresser as you come in that says continental breakfast offered from 7 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. daily.
The very first thing that Peggy notices is the view. And she runs over to the window, mouth agape. And she like slowly, her smile turns into kind of like a quizzical, Mystery, it may not look like much, but think of it like this. Behold, all we've come to conquer. Right there. Everything the light touches.
And Mithri has been staring at the door, at the number, and touching his chin like this.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, I think I like this room too, because there's two of us, and then it's a 4, and then an 8. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, and we each get a gigantic bed. Look at that.
Wait, Pegasus conquer? we're conquering now.
We've conquered the land. We're heroes.
But I thought
From the
villains
bad
conquer
guys.
and heroes rescue.
No, we've conquered from the bad guys.
Oh. I probably
makes sense
just
if you
don't
think about it.
Yeah. I probably just don't understand it. Okay. Mm-hmm.
And then she swipes up the note really quick while he's talking, and then reads it over. And she's like, "Continental breakfast, huh? That means people came from all over the continent to see us. I will see why the rooms are packed."
That must be. What do you think that they'll make for us?
I don't know. Maybe we'll get some Thai food. I'm in the mood for Thai.
I've never seen food that's been tied before.
That's because you haven't lived yet, Mystery.
It's true. I'm alive.
No, I mean, like, you haven't experienced all of the wonders that life has to offer.
Oh, yeah. That's very true.
And once you've had Thai food, your life can begin.
Well, now I can't wait for breakfast.
That's right. And then she, like, jumps on top of the bed.
Can I get an acrobatics check, please?
You sure can. Oh, that was 12 plus 2, 14.
Yeah, it's a little firmer than you expect it to be. So you sort of throw yourself into it, and the duvet and the bed sheets sort of catch you, and you're like, ah, wham!
It's like,
But as you sort of sit there for a second and take it in, you start to sink into the bed a little bit, and you're just like, oh, it's so good.
I don't think I can never get up again.
That's a good segue into, can I get a Constitution saving throw, please?
Okay. That was a 14 plus 3, 17.
What steals you from this waiting torpor? What illuminates inside of your mind to keep you from falling asleep?
I think she looks out into the horizon again. And what time of day is it right now?
It is early afternoon.
Okay. Is it like a clear blue sky out there?
Except for the part that's covered in smoke and seems very reddish.
So I think she's looking at the clear blue sky, and then her eyes wander over to the smoke and the reddish horizon, and then she kind of like, she tries to get up, but she has a hard time because of the duvet cover. And then she goes, well, that's an area we haven't really, she's trying to think of another word besides conquered, because she thinks to herself that she might have used the wrong word. Haven't rescued yet?
And Mithri tries to see and looks out the window. What should we be rescuing?
Well, it looks like it's in trouble. But I did say everything the light touches, technically.
Yeah, you did.
Listen, we can't do anything until we rest up.
Okay, we should do that then. And Mithri looks for a couch, since there's just that one big bed, right?
No, like he said, there's 2 beds.
Oh, there's 2 beds?
Yeah, there's 2 queen-size beds in here.
Okay. My imagination went somewhere else for the bed.
No.
Because I was imagining honeymoon suite, 1 bed.
He was
I mean,
just
you
trying
push.
it. He was just trying to upsell it. He was just trying to.
If they really wanted to, they could push the beds together. If you wanted to have like a honeymoon
I need you to
suite.
say that as Pegazora.
I don't think that she would think of that.
Oh, okay, all right.
But
yeah.
I can say it as Pegazora. It won't be canon though.
We won't worry about it that
Okay.
much.
Yeah, then yeah. We're dirty, but we could probably just sleep.
Actually, is there like a shower or something?
You haven't explored the room much more than just walking in.
Yeah, and looking out the window and the note, and then getting on the bed.
Yes.
I'll see. There's a 22 for me to see with my perceptions.
Yeah. What would that have been as an investigation check? Probably pretty close there, right?
Yeah, investigation. If it was investigation -2, so 20, 30,
Okay.
20.
This
is a closet. This is
yes.
also a closet.
Correct.
This one, maybe? Would you call this a shower?
Can I do a perception check?
You don't have to. As you come around the corner on that tub side, there is a basin, like a sink. There is a little water closet, like a toilet. And as you look past it, there is a room that is made of boards on all around it. It has a tile floor, and it does have a shower head, but it also has a fold-down bench, and there's a little what looks like miniature potbelly stove.
Reminds me of our clerk who we met downstairs.
Oh, cause it's round right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also ball on the top.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, as you stand in this room for a second, you start to feel very warm.
Like too warm? Like uncomfortably warm?
No, more like that kind of hot that refreshes the body.
Okay.
It's essentially a sauna.
You can't get anything like this back at home.
No, you can't. So this is a shower?
This is a hero shower.
There is a shower in there as well.
This is my first viewing of a shower.
Well, it's a good one because it's your first hero shower too.
This is amazing. And then tomorrow we're gonna have Thai food, and that's gonna be amazing too.
That's right. We're gonna get all the evil sweated out of us.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna go to sleep.
Just fall asleep right now.
You're like literally falling asleep. So she's like, do you want to go first or?
Oh no! You go ahead.
All right. And then she kind of like waves at him, like I'll see you later.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. I said thank you. And then she gets undressed and she takes a shower.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. I was gonna say, and she also like holds her hand in front of the pot-bellied stove before she gets in.
Mm-hmm.
Just like
As you warm yourself, we can see your skin starting to turn just that soft shade of pink, and you feel yourself like just renewed from the heat. It's that just sort of a relaxing radiance. And as you
Yeah.
turn around and look up at the shower, there's a sort of like a little triangle handle connected to a chain and a little valve. And when you pull it, you are inundated with ice cold water. And Mithri, you hear Pegasaurus scream from the other room.
Not really a scream so much as it is just kind of like a yelp, I guess.
You hear Pegasaurus yelp from the other room.
Okay. We can't hear you.
Yeah. That's less charge in and more run to the door and knock really quick. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. It's really cold.
Okay. I was worried. Okay.
Can you see if there's a handle or something on the outside?
Door handle. Investigation check.
How about an insight check?
Insight check?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same maybe for Pegasaur as well.
Okay.
23.
As you look around, there's no other handle except the one to the door. And as you think, you're like, well, the potbelly stove was very hot. The water's very cold. You turn around and you see the tub, this very large, accommodating tub. It is, I want to be very clear, not separate from the room itself. It is just in the far side of the room. Looks like it could accommodate 2 easily, 4 if you were in a real good mood, and more if you were pushing it. And as you look, you're like, oh, you're supposed to take a bath in the bathtub, and then you're supposed to go to the sauna, and then you're supposed to do the cold with the. Okay. Oh.
I got a 4 on my investigation plus 0.
I guess everybody around here loves a cold shower.
Or insight. Sorry, not investigation.
Weird place.
Was it an was it an investigation?
No.
Or was it a...
No, it wasn't.
Right.
Yes.
So plus 0. Because investigation would be plus 5.
Yeah, well, I'll also tell you this. There are no other handles in here. There's just the handle for the shower, which also seems a little weird because how are you supposed to pull the shower and soap yourself up?
Yeah.
And
or drag the stove over to the shower so you can heat yourself.
No, because that thing's bolted to the wall on the far side. It doesn't have like a stovepipe, like a traditional potbelly stove. So there's no like exhaust or anything like that, or coals to speak of.
Yeah. So I think she's kind of mentally wrestling with herself over whether or not she likes hero showers or not. But she also can't wait to leave the shower and go to the stove again.
The room is relatively small, and so as soon as you let go of that handle, you see the water run down at an angle underneath this bench, and begin to feel yourself warming to the point that you can almost see a mist of moisture rising off of your body, and very quickly, you begin to feel warm again and comfortable, almost exhilarated.
What's going on with this crazy place? Sorry, I wasn't trying to interrupt you.
That's okay. That was it.
Okay. Weird showers. She goes, Mithri, did you find anything?
Mithri is sitting on the floor with his back leaned up against the bed, and his head is on the bed.
No! Mithri!
Hello? Nothing.
All right, I'm just gonna sit in front of the stove then.
I will also say this: you are not clean. You are wet, but
No.
you are not clean.
All right, I'm gonna do. What can I roll to like wrestle with myself over whether or not I want to be clean badly enough that I risk just doing it all in ice cold water? I can just go to the stove.
That is a character choice.
Yeah, but I feel like it needs to be left up to chance.
You can roll for it, odds or evens, or however you'd like to play it. But
I got a 2.
Probably not enthralled with the idea of ice cold water, heat, ice cold water, heat, ice cold water, heat. Although I am led to believe that that's an exceptional way to sort of reset your nervous system.
I don't think she knows that. But
I think she thinks that this is going to take all day if this is how it gets done.
Yeah, and she just kind of decides to like wrap herself up in a towel and sit in front of the stove until she feels warm again.
It doesn't take very long. In fact, it doesn't take very long for you to realize that you are not just warm, you are perspiring into your towel.
Okay, so she, I guess, like grabs another towel and then leaves the room.
As you step out, you're forced to consider this very large tub that is in the room itself. As you do wrestle with that, you look to the left and you see Mithric.
And she gets this grin across her face, like, "This is possible. I can do this." And then she tiptoes over to the tub, and then she like looks over at Mithric again, like a. And then she takes off her towel and then she jumps into the tub.
Okay. As you get in, this clearly has an indicated hot and cold spigot. Although the first splash of water does seem cooler than you'd be accustomed to or comfortable soaking in, very quickly it starts to warm up. And as you look to your left, this tub is so big that Pegazor could literally float in it.
Love that.
With her arms out to the side a little bit. And as you plug that, there's a little metal cap that goes on the drain on a little chain. You pop that guy in there, and as you do, the tub begins to fill with very warm water.
And bubbles?
It's funny you should mention that, because to your left in the far corner is a glass jar with a glass lid on top of it, and inside of it is this flaky crystalline substance.
Oh, first thing she's going to do is she's going to smell it.
It smells amazing.
Heck, yes.
It is a strong essence of jasmine and honey and lavender, and the faint underpinning of bergamot. It has as you sort of turn the jar, the aroma just sort of blossoms out of it, that crystalline form looks like flaky salt mixed with a powder as well.
And after she's done admiring the bouquet, she dumps in a more than generous amount into the water.
Yeah, as you just turn down for what? For bubbles. You begin to see the heavier crystalline parts of this begin to sink into the water and dissolve. and the powdery substance seems to float at first on the surface of the water, and then starts to begin churning from the spigot, and very quickly you start to see a healthy mound of bubbles rising up on one side of the tub, and within just a couple of minutes, the tub is starting to fill up now to the point that it is lifting you, buoying you very comfortably, and not long after that, there's just a torrent of bubbles, higher than Pegazora, if she were kneeling in this tub. Maybe
Right.
she could potentially stand up with her head over them, but as she leans back in the tub, there's just almost a I can do it, like an amphitheater shell worth of bubbles which have risen up. And I think we see your foot come out the other side of the bubbles as it turns off the flow of water, and it's glorious. It's
That's funny because that's also
relaxing.
how I turn off the water.
It's so cozy. I'm saying. This I'm just describing for you the bubble bath I took the other day, which is a rare joy for a man my size.
Was it an amphitheater shell of bubbles?
Yeah, sure shit was. And you know,
You know how to have a bubble bath.
oh hell yeah, I don't fuck around with it. It's mostly bubbles. It's why it's a bubble bath. The bubbles comes first. Bath is second.
Bubbles gets top billing. It's not bath bubbles.
Right, exactly. And
top bubble billing.
Now that I mention it, I'm gonna have to break out the honey lavender bubbles tonight and take a nice long bubble bath. But as you sort of lean back into this tub, can I get a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage?
And the bath is in the room, right? You
That's
said?
Correct. Yeah, if you were to look into the room, from like the door is on this side of the room, and straight across on the far side of the room is this tub, which is as big as a queen size bed. And then you have to sort of go down a little hallway where there's the water closet, and then this sauna.
So I think it's a pretty fair thing to say that I would fail this no matter what, because I just rolled a 3.
Yeah.
Plus 3 is a 6.
Yeah. I think we see you start to doze, and see these bubbles just sort of rising up.
She kind of hums herself to
popping.
sleep.
I love that. We see the two of you in your very interesting positions of repose. And as we hear soft snoring, we begin to see that red sort of just aura in the sky.
Can I do some Foley work for the snoring?
Please. Nice. And we begin to see the sun setting, casting a again very imposing red hue on this town. And as the sun sets, we begin to see the moon illuminating the grounds around the Lizard Lick Inn, and begin to see not an insignificant number of stars begin to dot the sky. And it's been about, I'd say 2 hours. You haven't had a long rest. But at some point there, Mithri, you stir just a little bit and open your eyes. And as
I have something to say at that.
Do it.
The words that comes out of his mouth are, "No, Mom, I don't want to eat them. They're sentient."
No.
Oh my god.
And then opens eyes and looks around.
as you look around, you see what color is Pegazora's hair?
Dirty blonde.
Okay. You see this dirty blonde, wet hair draped over the edge of the tub, and a thin skim of bubbles and grime on the top of the tub. It's not like bright in here. It was when you walked in, but you haven't lit any of the lanterns in this space, and so there's just sort of a strange soft illumination from the moon, seeming to like reflect in and against a couple of these mirrors, offering a dim sense of illumination.
Gets up and like pointedly doesn't look towards Pegazora, letting her rest in her bath. Realizing that it's late, kind of looks out the window and if not seeing anything, is gonna tiptoe to the hero shower.
Okay.
And silently close the door and feels how warm it is in here still.
Yeah,
right?
It's hot. It's hot.
It's like, takes off clothes and gets ready, looks over at the shower and goes, hero shower, here I come. Looks around for soap.
Nope.
No soap.
Nope.
Nope. No soap radio. In case
You
anybody
got a good bar on. You got a good nice bar on nope soap there.
Nope soap on a nope rope.
Riley opens the door again, tiptoes out, looks around the bath, sees that bottle.
Yeah, you're gonna have to climb over the tub to get it.
Uh-oh.
It is one queen-sized bed-sized tub away from
You were gonna be covered in bubbles if you try that.
And Pegazora.
Oh, okay, right. Because she is floating at the top.
And then goes back inside, shuts the door quietly, gets ready to take a shower, goes, remember, she did say that it's cold. And I guess that's hero showers are cold.
No, not you too.
Goes in, takes off clothes, gets ready, pulls the thing.
We got a Constitution
Ice
saving
cold
throw,
blast.
please.
I'm gonna call a nat 1 on this one.
Okay, just gonna call it.
Yep. And in Pegazora's head, this is accidental telepathy. I can't speak. Telepathy.
Yes.
Accidental telepathy. Because I don't like doing that. Mithri doesn't like doing that unless he has permission.
Sure.
And this is how much
here, y'all.
This is how much that Pegazora has been imprinting on Mithri. What she hears really loudly in her head is Pegasus feathers. And instantly he lets go and he's like, oh, hero showers, cold.
By the time you take that fourth or fifth shallow breath, you start to feel warmer. You start to feel that heat on your skin, and you start to feel that moisture warming you instead of chilling you as you regard your surroundings.
Oh, I like this. I feel really good.
Nice.
Yeah.
But you don't feel clean. I'll tell you that.
Okay. So how do we do this? No soap.
Is there a stick he could do some like grouting on his folds with?
Nope.
We just gotta let the water run and scrub a dub just as fast as we can.
This is a hero shower.
Pulls, scrub.
Sure. Again, you're wet, but you're not clean. I think you start to see like the smear. We do see some of this water running off and sort of washing some of the soot off of you from the last few days. But you definitely don't feel clean. There's just this grimy, icky, just film that doesn't seem like it's going to rinse away with ice cold water.
Yeah, but this is better than what we were at.
It is better. That's for sure. Pegazora, you hear Pegasus feathers in your head. And can I get a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage, please?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, that was a 19.
And the disadvantage?
7.
Yeah, you bolt into sort of a sitting position. And as you do, you're a little caught off guard because first it's very dark in here.
Yeah.
And second, as you try and get your bearings, you realize that you are in a tub full of cold water. And as you try and manage that, we see you just slip and slide and see you into the water and then see you as you sort of with hair dripping down over your face and a thin layer of, again, bubbles and grime. And the water is cold, not quite as cold as the shower was, but still uncomfortably cold, having chilled over the last 2 hours. And you are shivering and clamoring to try and get a hold of the side of this tub. But your hands are just slick from all of this salt and soap inside of it, and it's like trying to see. It's like looking at a cat trying to get out of a wash basin.
Yeah, pretty much. And she's probably like gripping the edge of the tub, like with like a white knuckled grip, trying to get out.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great.
Do I need to make some sort of check for that?
No, it takes just a little bit of time for you to keep from splashing. And I think we see you reach outside the tub and grab a hold of this wooden surround that it's set in. And as you grab a hold of that, we just see you come up from the side of the tub with hair draped over your face, dripping wet, little patches of bubbles.
Looking like the ring girl.
Yeah, looking like the ring girl. Also, the bubbles are sort of coated in this charcoal colored film from all the soot that's been soaking off of your body, soot and sweat and dirt. And as you right yourself, you look into the room, and in the dim light, you don't see Matthew.
Right. So she's just kind of like, okay, you got this. And she tries to like very carefully step out of the tub, and
oh, did I lose you?
Yeah, that sounded like an internet cutoff.
Pixel, come back. You can blame it all on Mithri.
Hey! Yeah, but that works. It clocks.
It's not far off.
I mean, not like she would, but she could.
She could. And Mithri would probably take it too. I mean,
oh yeah.
Come back to us, Pix. Oh no. That's all right. I can wait. That's fine. Mithri, how's your shower going?
Oh, it's the worst thing ever. I don't think I like hero showers.
Ah, understandable. Any more cursing? Just for
Just that initial one,
okay.
and then it's get a hold of yourself. You can do this. You're a hero.
You're a
This is what
hero.
heroes do. We want to be heroes. So Pegazora said that we're heroes, so we got to take the
You gotta
shower.
take the hero shower.
Got to take the hero shower. I don't think I like it. Hopefully, I like Thai food better.
Hi, I'm so sorry. My connection dropped literally while I was doing that.
It's okay.
Like I was saying, she's dripping out with water because she didn't get a chance to wring her hair out or anything like that.
Yep.
And there's the crumpled up towel on the floor that she left there earlier that she just kind of like throws over herself.
Okay.
And then she kind of like wears it like over her shoulders as she like, kind of does that like that shimmy into it. And then she just like hunches over it, like next to the tub, leaning up against it.
Still cold. No Mithri.
Number 3. So I think after like maybe, I want to say like 4 minutes, she slowly like pulls herself up and then walks over to the bed and just flops down on top of it, wet hair and all.
Magnificent.
Mm-hmm.
Mithri, are you sufficiently clean?
Sufficiently clean, thinking about how wonderful it's going to be to climb into that bed.
Okay. As you exit the steam room and shower room here, you look out. You can see that the tub is still filled with water, but what it's not filled with is Pegazoras. And as you come around the corner, you can see covered in just a towel, Pegazora, feet still dangling off the edge of the bed as they flopped diagonally across, and beginning to softly snore as well.
And Mithri smiles. That looks cozy. And goes over to the bath and pulls up the plug.
Nope. Oh wait, I was gonna say, I like don't get in the water. It's ice cold.
Yeah.
No, he pulls up the plug to let the water out.
Okay.
Looks at over at the bottle again, and then looks back at the hero shower, and this like fear crosses his face, like I don't have it in me, and then goes and climbs into bed.
Okay. As you climb into bed, we see the two of you in your respective, on and in your respective beds. And we see this swirl of bubbles as the water drains out of here, getting denser and darker as more and more of them pop, to the point that we just see this charcoal film now swirling around the drain. And as the last of that water and bubbles begin to run out of that tub, we can see this layer of darkness left behind. And as the last bubbles pop, we see the sun is up. And we see that Pegazora, her hair is sort of dried at a pretty sharp angle to the side as she begins to stir, and all of her hair sort of stands up with her. And Mithri, it doesn't take much for Pegazora to stir to wake you up as well.
So I woke up first?
Yeah, almost in tandem, but yes.
Okay. She's going to do that big stretch like kitties do where they bend forward with their arms out and their backs arched downwards, and she's going to yawn and look over at Mithri as she rubs her eyes and be like, what time is it? Mystery?
Kip. Sorry, I was still kind of half asleep with my mouth moving. So hopefully it's all still early enough for our continental Thai food breakfast. And I hope I like it better than a hero shower.
Yeah, the hero showers aren't quite what I expected them to be, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, if that's a measurement of being a hero, I might not want to be one.
Don't say such insane things, Mystery. It'll get better from here. Besides, we can get into our own hero showers. Someday, we don't have to use this establishment just because we're heroes.
But
That's a lot of spit I just made.
Isn't that how all hero showers are? Like the cold and the
I don't know. I've never even really seen a hero shower in person.
We'll have to investigate, I guess, somewhere.
But we'll investigate after our continental breakfast.
Agreed.
But first, does this place have a bathroom?
It does.
Okay.
You mean the wash closet area in the?
Yes.
That's the bathroom?
There's a little door area with a side spot. It's a WC.
Okay, thanks. And then she like gathers her towel about her, and then she runs over to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And we could probably like time lapse with that.
Are you sticking with the same outfit?
Me?
For me?
Yeah. The dirty one from the last 3 days you've been wearing it?
No, I think that she probably has other clothes packed up. She just, this is her iconic armor for now. It's kind of her level 1 armor, I guess. But, she's probably going to change into, like, some shorts and, like, an oversized t-shirt. Put her hair back up in a scrunchie.
You're like a university hoodie or sweatshirt?
Essentially.
And which university is it that Pekazora attended?
I have not considered this.
Well, there's that new Strixhaven college out there.
Strixhaven?
They've been around for a minute.
How do you spell that?
Strixhaven.
Thank you. Yeah, her Strixhaven U.
Love it. Magnificent.
And she puts on her same tennis shoes that are like worn and dirty, and she's got to get new ones soon anyways, but puts on her various bracelets and stuff like that.
Nice.
And she's all dressed. Yeah, she's all dressed.
Beautiful. Mithri?
Just the opposite. We're putting on our dirty clothes.
Okay. You're like, why would heroes even get clean when they're just gonna get dirty again doing heroic stuff? That doesn't even make sense.
Well, it would have been nice if I could have washed my clothes, but I was too tired last night. Barely washed myself hardly at all in that hero shower.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll just have to clean myself up later with a regular, real cleaning.
You just jump down in the bog. Get a good mud bath.
No, that would work.
No. Okay. No, it's just a good peat moss scrub.
Or if you had a pumice stone.
Perhaps. A good scouring is in order.
Let's go to the continental breakfast.
Yeah, who wants breakfast?
Me.
Excellent.
I'm ready for Thai food.
Lovely.
And Pegasaur is even more in the mood for Thai food now than she was last night.
Perfect.
Perfect.
As the two of you make your way enthusiastically down the stairs and across to the office, that smoke billowing still looms significantly over the sky to the northwest, and the plumes of this smoke are being carried north and east, away from Lizard Lick, thank goodness, but continue to darken the sky. And you can see it's a little cloudier today. And as you are making your way towards the office, to your right, you can see campfires and cook fires and these tents and lean-tos and all of this temporary shelter that's been set up for these refugees. And as you stride past, you can look down this building and see the crossroads from here. And you're essentially on the east side of these crossroads, so you can see the small businesses and ramshackled houses of this crossroad, and you can see scores and scores, hundreds and thousands of people dotting the landscape, moving around. And as you look out, you realize the sun's been up for a while now. And as you open the door to the office, looking forward to your Thai food continental breakfast, you see the proprietor. He is standing there, picking his teeth and reading what looks like a paperback novel. And he says, well, good morning to you. How are my honeymooners today?
Honeymoon? Where? You don't remember us from last night? You know, the heroes? Oh, that's because I'm not wearing my unicorn top, my iconic unicorn top. I completely forgot. I'm sorry. I'm Peggy, also known as Pegasaura, and this is Mystery.
Yes. Pleasure to meet the two heroes.
Oh, no, you already met us, remember?
Oh. Yeah, he looks at Mithra and he looks at Pegasaura, and he goes, yes, it must have been the unicorn armor that I was expecting. And then he sort of shifts his eyes to a small table on the far side of the office. Beside there's like literally a small table with 4 chairs. It looks like 4 chairs should never have been designed to sit at this table. And on another large table, you can see a tin pan, and in it is a half of a loaf of bread and a knife, and on a small tray beside it, which looks more like just a plate from somebody's cupboard, you can see there's some soft goat cheese. And then there's a bowl with less than appetizing looking fruit.
Did we come to the right place? This is the continental breakfast, right?
Yes, it is indeed. And as he
Where's
says
all
that,
oh, sorry.
As he says that, a woman strides onto the scene, and she is carrying a silver carafe, and it's like a silver coffee pot, like a big.
Okay, because I was picturing like a giraffe figurine.
It is that because the neck. That's where it gets its name from.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're joking. Sorry.
And
I thought that was cool.
I mean, I'm just saying. And she is a rotund woman herself. and she sort of waddles onto the scene. She's wearing a beautiful floral apron and like a nice looking blouse, similarly covered with very different flowers, little lacy ruffles on her cap sleeves. And she shuffles over and says, "Oh my, hello. Do you want some coffee?" And she reaches
Oh
over
yes,
and
I
grabs.
love some Thai coffee, please.
When you say Thai coffee, she stops and goes, "Of course." And she grabs two mugs.
Thank you. We're in the right place,
And
Mister. And then she
and
like,
just begins pouring the coffee, and she looks to the guy behind the desk, and he says, "Abigail, these are our," and he picks his teeth, "heroes."
And I'm really excited because the continental breakfast that should have Thai food or other delicacies from other lands. I'm really excited for this Thai food. And this Thai coffee that's cool.
if you've got Korean, I could also go for. We could also go for some Korean right now.
They look back and forth for a second, and she hands the two mugs to you, and she walks over and she says, "Aaron, are these people insane?" And he sort of ponders it for a little longer than I think even she has the patience for. And she turns and says, honey, just a quick question for you.
Yes?
What's Thai mean?
Are you kidding? You've never had Thai food?
That's what I said too. I never had Thai food either.
You both have never lived. That's what I'm saying.
The woman looks back at Aaron, and he just sort of shrugs. He says, "I haven't had it neither."
All right. And then, sorry.
And continues to pick his teeth.
Yeah, and then so Pegazora is gonna get up at this point, and she's gonna like move her hair a little more to the side, and she's like, "Okay, everybody out. Let's go to the kitchen."
It's all the way to the side. It's
yeah. She's like, "Everybody go to the kitchen. Come on, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna make us Thai food."
Abigail's like, okay. Aaron says, "I've got to stay at the desk. Sorry, hon." And smiles. The big. Well, he's got most of his teeth.
I'm not sure what's in Thai food because I've never had it like you. But just to be sure, since we're gonna go in the kitchen and make it, are you allergic to anything? Because we're gonna be putting stuff in the food.
Aaron leans in and he goes, "What do you mean allergic?"
Are you allergic to milk? Are you allergic to coconut, coriander, fish sauce, fish chili oil, fish itself, or peanuts, or cilantro?
I don't know what half of those things you just said are, but I never met a meal I didn't like, and he pats his big belly.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Didn't want you to end up dead on us.
Wouldn't be very heroic of us.
Yeah, I think he looks a little concerned as the two of you make your way into the kitchen with Abigail.
Okay, so she starts looking around for ingredients. First thing she's going to look for is, as I mentioned,
investigation check.
All right, okay. So you just want to see if I can find any of the ingredients at all. Okay.
Pegazora, if you tell me what you're looking for too, I can help.
There's a 13. Oh, I'm looking for, and she says all the ingredients. She's looking for coconut milk, coriander, curry powder, fish sauce, chili oil, chicken breasts, or just, any kind of chicken, cilantro, unsalted peanuts, and, well, I guess the last thing's water.
Okay. Well, I've got great news for you. There's a spigot. So there's water. And as you look out the windows past this very large and obviously infrequently used stove, there's a couple of windows, and you can see chickens pecking around near a big tent to the east.
Oh, okay. Never prepared a raw chicken quite this raw.
As you see say chicken, she looks at you and she looks out. She says, I could clean a chicken for you real quick. No, don't you worry. I'll go get it. And she goes out in the yard, and you see this beautiful orangey looking bird. And she walks over to it and reaches into her apron and pulls out a little handful of something. And you begin to see this bird peck in her hand. And with a lightning quick snap, she grabs this bird by its neck and then swings it like this. And there's just a faint... And she's already plucking feathers out of it as she's making her way back.
Pegazora has buried her face in Miss Reed's chest, or wherever her head level is to him.
That's about right, give or take. We just see tufts of chicken feathers and chicken plumes blowing in the wind. And by the time she gets back inside, this chicken is all but bare, and she slaps it down on a big wooden butcher's block and grabs a knife that you could chop a limb off with, and then just with a very slight, precise cut, removes this thing's head. And then proceeds to hook it by one leg upside down over a little steel, like again carafe. No nozzle on this one, just a little tin bucket. And she says, "Well, it's going to take about 5-10 minutes for that thing to drain." But
I got a 13 plus 5 for investigation.
Yeah.
So I found all the stuff I need?
And you found chicken, and you found water. There's a small bag of, or not bag, a jar of flour. There's also another jar of, there's another jar of cornmeal. And do you ask her for rice?
Yeah, she's like, do you have any rice that we can serve it with?
I don't have any. The general store might still have some, but I don't know. There's 2,000, 3,000 people out there. They probably bought everything out of house and home.
She pulls out her hefty purse of 10 gold coins, and then she gives them to Mithri, and she's just like, could you be a lamb and go down to the general store and get some rice for us?
Okay. Before I go, I found these 2 aprons. Do you want to kiss the cook or daddy's girl?
Give her the kiss the cook one. You can have the daddy's girl one.
Okay. And hands it over. And puts on the daddy's girl one.
Very good.
I would have chosen the daddy's girl one, for the record.
We know.
You say 10 coins?
That's right. 10 gold smackaroos.
That seems like a lot for what did you say you wanted?
Rice.
Just rice?
I mean, you can get whatever else you need. And I trust you with my money. After all, it's our money.
Oh. Well, then, I should then share my money with you too.
Pulls out 10,000 gold. No,
what? No, I know.
It's 104, so 52 gold. Yeah, because 1 gold last night. So yeah, 52 of my gold is your gold, I guess. Or no, I guess since I have 104 gold and 1 silver,
we can discuss this later.
you
Right
can
now,
have all
it's
of it.
next time. Come on.
Oh, sorry. And I go running out the door.
Thank you.
Excellent. As Mithri, as you exit from the office, there's a from Aaron, and he continues to flip through his little dime store novel, and just sort of chuckles under his breath as you make your way to the door.
Okay. And just because he's been making that kind of like chuckle noise this whole time that we've known him, Mithri runs out the door and is already like on the way out, and in his mind Mithri says, you might want to get that looked at. It might be a medical condition.
As you say that, Peggy, you hear what and some clattering outside the kitchen in the office area, and Abigail shouts, "Honey, you got to watch your step. You can't be falling all over the place." And then turns around and she's using the blade of a knife to grab a hold of the last of the quills stuck in this chicken's skin as the last few drops of blood run out of this thing. And Mithri, as you make your way down the lane here, it's not a beautiful sight. You can see that the people here are, while they are alive and for a lot of reasons, or may have a lot of reasons to celebrate still being around, they are for the most part having a very difficult time, except for a handful of children who are really too small to understand what just happened. The rest of the crowd here is in a dour mood, and you can see it on their faces. You don't have to roll an insight check. You can see that these people are having a very rough time. And as you stride past the second building of the Lizard Lick Inn, you start to see these small shops, and they seem to be a lot of artisan wares. There's some kitschy novelty stuff. Some obvious. I don't know if you've ever heard of or seen South of the Border, which is on the border of North and South Carolina on I-95. If you guys ever get a chance to see it, it is a real sight to behold. But it looks like a bunch of like keychains and novelties, and there's T-shirts. I got my lizard licked at Lizard Lick.
What does that even mean?
It's nonsensical. And you as you go down the road here, you see there are actually some really beautiful pieces of art. You can see that there are these like cut metal lizards that look like you'd put them out on the side of the house or something like that. There's stonework where it seems like somebody has like etched that same sort of lizard pattern into the stone, giving it a 3D inverse sort of quality.
This is Mithri's perspective, yeah?
Yep. And as you continue further down, you see Lizard Lick General Store. And besides the inn, it seems to be the largest structure here. And as you approach, you can see there is a line out the door and down the ramp which people are just sort of standing there. I mean, all but hat in hand, quite literally. And you see people coming out of that store, and the people coming out of that store have very little to show for their shopping excursions. And you can see about 60 folks lined up out the door, down the ramp to the end of the building.
That's a lot of folks.
Well said.
Well, chicken sometimes takes a little while, but shoot, I don't know if they're going to go fast enough. I don't know. Oh shoot, I don't even know if they're going to have anything. Mithri kind of sheepishly goes up to some of the people that are closer to the front and goes, excuse me, how long have you been waiting to go in?
A woman with a small child looks over. The kid is just like wider eyed than I can explain, and is just looking at you. And the woman looks down at her, and she looks at you, and faintly recoils. None unfamiliar sensation, but you can see that she steadies herself, and she says, "Well, we've been here for about 30 minutes now, and line's longer now than it was when I got here."
Okay, and everyone keeps getting only a little bit, huh?
She says, "Yeah, it seems like we were late to the party."
Yeah. Oh man. Well, okay. If we had magic, maybe that would be better.
As
Dang.
you say magic, it's almost like that kid's eyes just like want to come popping out of his skull. And this woman sort of grabs the kid and pulls them closer at the suggestion of magic.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. I hope that you get what you need from the store. So, good luck.
As you say that, she crosses the threshold into the store, and you can see that line goes into the store and seems to wind back around to the cash register. And you see another couple come out, and they've got like a sack of something, and it seems to be the only thing they could get their hands on. And as you look back, this kid is sort of like pulling against their mom, and looks at you and smiles, and says, "Thank you. I really like your eyes," as they're being pulled back into the shop.
Like the finger waves to the kids, and then excuse me, pardon me, folks. I know you just came out of the store. Are they just running out of everything? Is that what it is?
Yeah, there's a man. He looks to be in maybe his mid-50s, and a woman who could be his daughter. And she looks sort of forlorn, and he looks down at that satchel, and looks back out at you and says, "Yeah, there's really just so little to go around, and so many people in need."
I just remembered Mithri's still wearing the daddy's girl apron.
Yeah.
But it looks real good on him too.
Oh, it's a hell of a look.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thank you. Shoot. Yeah. Okay. And he takes off running back.
Okay.
towards the end, I'm shouting back again one more time. Thank you.
This duo sort of look at each other quizzically, and the man drapes his arm over her shoulder and pats her other shoulder as they walk down the stairs on the north side of the building. Pegazora, as
Segue.
as Abigail slams this chicken down on the butcher block, she grabs a thin knife and just guts this bird in one go, and then proceeds to splay it open and crack the spine and ribs.
Peggy gags.
Oh, honey, it's fine. I'll teach you how to do this right. And she grabs a big cast iron skillet. It's about 18 inches across. And throws it on a burner. And she reaches down, opens up what looks like the oven, and scoops out some coals and moves them underneath the panel where that pan was placed, and you can start to see heat rising up around that pan. And she goes over and sort of moves some cookbooks to the side. And she grabs a small tin and pops the top of it and begins to pour in oil into this pan.
Nice.
And she sort of tucks it back away.
It's chili oil, right?
No, it's
Ah, man.
no, sorry, it's just very nice olive oil.
Yeah. So Peggy's just like, okay.
As it starts to heat, you can smell this nice, sweet, aromatic oil filling the air. And she reaches into a drawer and pulls out a little ceramic container and pulls the lid off and grabs some flake salt and pours it into the bottom of the pan, just a thin, even coating. And just before you think that oil's about to burn, she grabs the chicken and slaps it down inside of this pan, sending up a plume of steam and delicious aromas. And she says, "Come here, honey. I'll show you a little something continental." And she strides back to the swinging door that led out to the back of this inn. And she hunkers down. And as you sort of poke your head out around the side of this building, you can see that she's hunched down, and she's got that little knife, and she's cutting off flowers from this little green tendrily plant with little purple buds on it. And then similarly, another small plant that has seems to have thick stems and little flat blades of green. And she grabs one of those and chews on it. And she cracks off a couple of these twigs. And then you see her. It looks like she is just grabbing handfuls of weeds, just running down the length of this kitchen, almost to where the rooms begin on the south side of this structure. And she comes back and winks at you and says, "You're going to love this." And she goes back into the kitchen and pulls out a big, like volcanic stone looking mortar and pestle. And she strips off those flat bladed little leaves from the stem and pulls off some of the little purple buds from these this long tendriling plant, and then grabs a handful of other little vegetation, and she starts grinding them together. And as she does, she grabs another handful of salt and a little bit of oil, and starts to make this really nice paste. And the smell of it.
Can I taste
Oh,
it?
oh yeah. She pulls the pestle out and drags her finger along the edge of the stone, and and she sort of like holds the mortar and pestle for you to get a little dab.
And she takes a heroic fingerful of this stuff, and then she
Okay.
puts it in her mouth and goes, "Holy goblin spit!"
Abigail. um, that's what I like to hear. And can I get a nature check, please?
Oh, sure. Where did I put my d20? There it is. I need to get my box again. Oh, that was a 7 plus.
Okay. I was about to say,
3.
I think you got a little bit more there.
10.
Yeah, so there's a couple of flavors here that you get. You obviously know the salt and the oil. But you think I've had that flat bladed like thing before. That's got to be rosemary. And as you look, there's these even smaller, like little tiny leaves, and that's thyme. And she says, as she sees you sort of like turning this over in your head, she says, "Oh, honey, don't worry about it. I'll tell you all about it." And she begins to list all of the ingredients for herbs de Provence.
Well, she is also thinking to herself, "Hang on, none of these spices belong in Thai food."
Correct.
But it is really good. So maybe we're making something better than Thai. Hashtag better than Thai. TM. TM. TM Pixie. Pix and Pixels.
Yeah. As you make your way back, Mithri, you come back to. Are you coming back to the office? Or are you coming back to the? Okay.
Yeah.
As you make your way back, you open the door to the office, and you were immediately struck by this delicious aroma wafting out of the kitchen. And you can even see that at one point, the patron, Aaron, or proprietor, excuse me, stops picking his teeth and starts to wipe the edge of his mouth like he's drooling. Back inside the kitchen, Peggy, you see this woman take this paste that she's ground together and start to coat the skin of this chicken with it. And she says, "This is the fun part." She grabs the drumsticks of this chicken and sort of peels it up out of the pan. And you can see that the bottom of it has this like beautiful golden salt crust on it. And she turns it over and slaps it down in the pan again, skin side down. And as she does, there's just this big plume of steam and smoke that rise up. And Mithri, as you cross the threshold coming into the kitchen, you are just, your senses are overwhelmed by the aroma.
I'm sorry, Pegazora, but we can't get the stuff from the store, and I've had a very heroic idea, but since it's our money, I have to talk with you about it.
And she's licking her fingers. She's like, "Oh, what's up?"
There's a lot of hungry people out there, and ma'am, just as a ball figure, could you tell me how much it would cost to buy all of your food and have it cooked right now? I think we should buy everyone some food that we can because they're running out.
That sounds like a very heroic idea, Mithri.
With sizzles and pops behind her, Abigail turns around and wipes the her oily fingers on her apron, and she says, "Honey, I mean, if I sold you everything we had for food, it wouldn't cost you but 2 gold pieces total. But and she strides over and she puts her hand on your shoulder, Mithri, and she looks up at you. She's not nearly as tall as you, and she says, "But honey, there's 3,000 people outside. We couldn't feed but a handful of them."
Pegazora, you've got magic. Could you magic something about this?
An excellent suggestion. And then she reaches into her backpack and she pulls out dun, 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 her crystallized unicorn horn wand.
Interesting. As you do, you see. I don't think it takes anything for you guys to notice that Abigail's a little uncertain and a little unsteady with the suggestion of magic being used. And she says, "Honey, is that going to help feed 2,000 people?"
It will if I can get my multiplication spell to work.
She says, "Honey, I don't know how to tell you this, so I'm just going to give it to you straight. The people around these parts, they don't trust magic, even and especially when it's used to help them."
Wait, why would they not trust magic if it's meant to help them? That doesn't make any sense.
Well,
Why would they just trust magic at all? I understand if it's evil magic, but...
Yeah, these people don't know the difference between good magic and evil magic. They're most of them real simple folk, and oftentimes people who use magic do so to manipulate, even if it seems like a good thing at first. And so they've most of them sworn it off altogether. And she looks sad. She doesn't look like upset. She just looks kind of sad because I mean, you don't need an insight check here. She wants to be able to help, but
and Peggy like puts her arm. How much taller than Peggy is this woman?
How tall is Peggy?
Or small? She's about 5'6".
This lady's like 5'2".
Okay, so she's a little shorter. So Peggy, like, I guess she kind of reaches over and puts her hand on this lady's shoulder, and she's just like, "I believe in magic after this."
She reluctantly cracks a smile. And she says, I'd love to see it."
"Oh, let's give it a test run, shall we?" And then she grabs one of the chicken satays that she made, and she casts. I don't even know if multiply is a spell, or if there's a spell that can like multiply things.
Let's do this because I don't think there's a specific spell to that effect. But at the same time, I love the idea. Roll me an Arcana check, please.
Okay. Come on. Peggy needs a new pair of shoes. That's a 19. Plus okay. 5. Oh my god.
This is amazing.
So 19, 20, 24.
Okay. Great. Bear with me just a second. Here we go. That's what I was looking for. Oof. Okay. Yeah. Great. As you use this unicorn horn to conjure this magic, you said you just had like a little chicken satay stick from the bits and giblets and everything that she'd cut off. As you cast this magic, what does the magic itself look like?
So I could see it being like bubbles, right? If it's what I'm wanting, that is.
Sure.
It's a bubble.
With a 25, you're definitely getting what you want.
Heck yeah! Okay, so you get multicolored bubbles that are kind of like iridescent. And in the reflection of the bubble, you can see the chicken satay as it envelops it, or like the giblets or whatever, as it envelops it. And then it spreads, like the reflection of it forms another bubble outside of it, which has another chicken satay piece in it. And then you can see another reflection from that spawns another.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just elated.
As these two uncooked chicken skewers sit on this plate, you see Abigail's eyes go wide. And she says, honey, how did you learn how to do that? Also, where the hell did you get that? And she
I have no idea!
At the unicorn horn wand.
And she was like, but this I found on a destined paleontological expedition.
She says, okay.
And just to throw it out there, Pegazora is a wild magic, right? Sorcerer?
Yes, she is.
So that would...
I was going to wait for that to manifest.
But I did get a 25.
You did get a 25. It's hard to say no with a 25. So
Roll of cool and all that.
Here's where I'm gonna go with this. How many chicken satay skewers are you gonna try and make here?
Well, there's a lot of people, so
there's 3,000 people.
I was gonna guess 300. Oh,
honey, no. A whole city was evacuated. Well, a large town.
You're right.
A medium-sized town was evacuated.
Good God.
Bigger than a hamlet.
I wish I'd have done it on like an already cooked one, like already like has the peanut Thai sauce on it and everything. Dang it! That would have been perfect.
I'll give you this. With a 25, I would be remiss. I think you look down, and I think you can smell chili oil and see little red flakes on the uncooked chicken.
Oh yeah.
As if in your mind you were just like, we're having chicken satay.
Yeah, because I didn't picture it raw.
Well, I mean, it was you just duplicating. But
just 1 second.
I'm too gay for this, man.
You got it. Understood.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Can I get an insight check from both of you, please?
You got it. Let's. Oh, dang it! I accidentally rolled it over my fingers while I was trying to pick it up. I think it was a 16, but I can re-roll if you want.
That's fine.
The light is not on right now, so I have to kind of use my laptop light.
Sure. Mithri?
17 here.
Good. As both of you as all three of you sort of look down over these chicken skewers, Abigail looks up and says, honey, how many more times do you think you could do that? And as she utters those words, both of you start trying to calculate that if you doubled, and then you doubled again, and then you doubled again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and
it would cover the surface of the earth.
And maybe one more time, you'd have enough for everybody to have 2 skewers.
Yeah, but how do you turn it off?
Well, here's the other thing that both of you realize, and that is that the effort to do that. I mean, like, how many spell slots does Peggy have
So
total?
it was a short rest, right? Not a long
No,
rest?
you did get a long rest.
Okay. Let me
But
just
like,
take a long rest.
how many spell slots do you have total? 1, 2, however many.
So I've got 4 in the cantrip. I have 3 first level, and it doesn't say on the second level.
4 and 3, I think.
Okay. So 7 then?
Yeah. So you could essentially, I'm gonna say that before you are just plumb tuckered out, you could do it 7 times.
Okay. So like the bubbles divide and redivide 7 times?
Yeah, we're starting to look at. Imagine, if you would, a bathtub as it begins to
Thematic.
to fill with bubbles. It's not entirely unlike that. If you do continue casting this magic.
Yeah, I'm absolutely gonna keep going.
Okay. As you keep going, at first it's delightful. You see 2 to 4 and 4 to 8, 8 to 16, and then all of a sudden there's more chicken on this little tray than it can hold, and we see a couple of these skewers fall to the side.
We're gonna need a bigger tray.
Yeah, we see Abigail dip down underneath the cabinets and pull out a big baking sheet. And she puts that baking sheet down and pours these skewers onto it. And we see it double again. Bubbles just like frothing.
Double bubbles.
Out, exactly.
That's the spell, is double bubbles.
Double bubbles. Right? That down, and we're going to add that as a homebrew spell in D&D Beyond. And we see her grab another pan and sort of like even this out, and then we see it double again. And there's like now nearly 300 of these. I think it's 256 if I remember correctly. And then we see this big butcher block table in the middle of the kitchen, and we start to see this chicken just starting to pile up, and the aroma starts to become even more intense. And as it does, we see Abigail whip around, and she flips her own chicken regarding how small that is in comparison to the huge chili oiled satay skewers on the table. And she grabs a towel. Actually, she grabs her apron up and grabs the handle of this pan and just puts it into the oven. And she grabs a little handle and covers up that little porthole where the coals were. And she turns back around. And as she does, we see this pile of chicken double again, and we cannot see anything except a few wisps of Pegazora's hair on the other side of this table. And we start to see skewers spilling off either side of it. And she says, honey, I don't know how much more we can do here. But oh my God, she's just overwhelmed. And then you hear the door open, and you see Aaron as he comes in and goes, "What in the hell? Did you kill all the chickens, Abigail?" And we see her like pop up over this pile of chicken skewers, and she goes, "It wasn't me. I didn't kill but one of the chickens. It's our heroes." And she sort of says it reluctantly. But
also, it almost sounded unironic the way you delivered it.
Yeah. And she looks out, and he looks in, and you see sort of picks his teeth again, and looks in, sort of unimpressed at first, and then he. Well, it smells delicious. And he turns and strides back out to the office, and Abigail looks over this pile of chicken at the two of you, and with a sense of relief and a bit of awe. And she scratches her head and she tries to do the math on how many goddamn satay skewers there are here.
And while she's doing the math, Peggy kind of shouts out, "Mitri, tell the people to get some plates. We need as many as we can get."
Okay, and Mithri.
I'm also trying to keep count of it because people are sleeping. I'm sorry.
Understand.
Mithri makes his way over to where Pegazor is, though, and quietly leans in and pats her on the shoulder and back area, and you're doing a really good job.
Thanks.
And then runs out.
Okay. What do you do? Yeah, we're gonna follow Mithri for a second here. Mithri, what do you do as you make your way out? You look to your left, you can still see people standing at the general store. As you look out to these tents, you can see that, a number of them are cooking and eating, but you also realize that there's just the logistics of getting 3,000 people fed would take a miracle, one might say.
Well, it's a good thing that all I have to do is just I have nothing for that. So Mithri runs out of the kitchen and goes out and is thinking. I think he's really excited, and he starts heading down towards them, and then just stops in the middle of the street, just shoot. I didn't think this ahead yet. But everyone needs plates. I think that they might have plates or something, but we need more people that can feed the people that come. And heads back in to where Aaron's at.
Okay. He's still coming through his dime store novel, occasionally wiping away the drool from his mouth.
Okay. So here's the deal. We're gonna try to feed as many people as we can, and with the chicken stuff that Pegazora is creating back there. It's Thai food. It's Thai food. And I'm really excited about that because I haven't had Thai food. You haven't had Thai food yet.
That's Thai food. Huh. It smells
I'm
really
guessing.
good.
But we have to make it for the people, and points down at where all the people are. But there's only 4 of us to try to feed the amount of people that are over there. I can't count that big right now. But we have people that live here. And maybe if you told people that we could maybe feed these people, they just need to help feed the people, just to help hand out to the amount of people that are here. Maybe. You know what I mean?
Son. He comes out from behind the counter and puts a big, meaty, sweaty palm on your shoulder. And he says, son, this is not as hard as I think you're expecting it to be.
And so at that, Mithri then smiles and looks down at the hand, and then puts his hand on the guy's other shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah,
he looks out and he looks at his hand on your shoulder.
Did not expect this gesture.
Just sort of sees your hand on his shoulder. You really get a full hand of moist, furry man.
Is it okay?
As you it's like sticking up through your fingers and matting down in a clammy nature under your palm.
I think Mithri is almost enthralled by this.
Sure.
We see his fingers curl into it, and like then rub through it. And the
He
look
goes,
on the
"Oh,
face
okay,
is like,
easy, pal. It's
Yeah.
all right. I get it. I know.
and then pull up a
Well,
little.
hey, okay, that's enough. And he points
Oh,
his
sorry. Yeah,
toothpick at you sternly.
not as hard as I think. Okay.
Can you roll a perception check for me, please?
I would, yeah, please go right ahead.
Me?
Yes.
I percept at 15.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So from the other room, you can hear, Mithri, what's the ETA on those plates?
What's the ETA on those plates there, Aaron?
He sort of smirks, and he
We're
looks
another
down at
space here.
he looks down at you, and he turns and looks back towards the kitchen, and he says, "Y'all just hold your horses. I'll be with you in a second." And he says, "It's Miss Myth Mithri."
Oh yeah. My name is Mithri.
Mithri.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's what I thought I saw in the book, but I just wanted to make sure I was saying that right. He says, "Come here, partner. I'll show you something." He drapes his arm back over your shoulder. He says, "Also, don't play with my back hair." And he pushes open the door and strides outside. And he says, "Now, son, this is a lesson that you learn in the country." And there's two benches on either side of the entrance to the office, and he tilts one forward and reaches down, and you hear the soft sound of metal clanging against metal, and he pulls up a triangle. Looks like the handle on your hero shower, which gives you some PTSD. And he grabs a leather lanyard around the end of it, and he says, "Now, anytime there's a meal to be had." Did you have a question?
Well, I mean, I took a hero shower last night, but that was
You
inside and it was
smell
warmer.
a little
And
better.
it's we're outside. I don't know where the shower is at, but I'm not ready for another hero shower and outside. I don't
Son,
think I'm ready for that.
Hey, the only thing you're about to be showered with is affection. And he grabs this long piece of metal and starts ringing this triangle. And at first, it's just this like cacophonous sound. And he is just going to full school inside of this triangle, ringing the ever-loving bejesus out of it. And he steps off the wooden deck here and into the road and continues ringing like a madman. And it doesn't take but a few seconds before you start to see people's heads popping up. And a number of people starting to just stride towards him almost instinctively.
Okay, so so this must be something that you do in the country where when you ring the bell, then all the people know to come to feed other people. Okay.
With his little toothpick in his mouth, he smiles this big grin, missing just a few teeth missing. And he says, "You got it, son," and continues ringing this triangle. And as he does, you see the first of folks sort of jog their way up to him expectantly, and he continues ringing this. And you see a man. He's probably maybe just like mid to late 20s. He's got a short brown beard and sort of a mop of greasy looking hair. And he has on a like a cream colored tunic and leather pants and a big leather belt. And he says, Aaron, what's all this about? And Aaron looks out and goes, "You idiot! Why the hell does anybody ring a triangle?" And he hands off the triangle to this guy and hands him this metal stick that he's been ringing it with. And he says, "Now get out there and get people lined up." And this guy turns around as more people are starting to gather around. Very quickly, you see about a dozen people, and then a score, and then maybe 50. They're all starting to gravitate this way. And as this man starts walking down the street, ringing this triangle, you see more people spilling out of the tents and gathering around. And Aaron steps forward and says, "Now, y'all, listen here. Grab your plates and get ready to eat." And you see people start looking left and right. And very quickly, this crowd starts to disband and pass along the word to grab plates. And you see everything from just a thin plank of wood to nice tin plates and pewter. A couple people have ceramic plates. And very quickly, this crowd starts to reconvene. And as they do, Aaron says, "Now, y'all, you're going to line up. We're going to do this in an orderly fashion. Everyone's going to get some tasty morsels, courtesy of our new heroes, and, of course, the Lizard Lick Inn." And he says, "Now, y'all follow me." And he starts marching northward towards the bog. And starts walking around the north side of the building, and people start following him as if he was a sheep herding dog.
Nice.
Peggy,
That's me.
can I get a Constitution saving throw, please?
Oh no, you can. Oh, that was a 6 plus 3.
Yeah, no. We see you as you're trying to conjure this last duplication, this double bubble.
Thank you.
And as you do, we see this pile of chicken. Abigail has now put pans on the floor for all the excess chicken skewers to fall into. And as you do, we see you start to swoon and stumble and catch yourself on this table, which is piled with chicken up about 4 feet. The table itself is about 9 feet long, and it's just so much chicken that it's just fallen off the sides here.
Which might also be contributing to her dizziness, looking at all this chicken just pile up.
It's also very spicy.
Yeah.
And as you do, Abigail rushes to your side and sort of scoops you up under one arm and steadies both of you against this table. And she says, honey, I think you've done enough. And if you haven't, I don't think there's anything left in the tank.
Just look at this wand. And then she like holds up her wand. And is it starting to like flicker or anything?
The wand itself doesn't seem to have changed in any way.
Cool. The wand's still good. I'm good. It's good. We're all good. We're all good.
She says, honey, we're not quite done here. Can I borrow that for just a second?
Sure.
And she walks you back to a stool against the wall, very near the door between the kitchen and the office. And she says, I promise I'll give it right back to you. And the last thing you see is her raise her arms out to the side, holding this unicorn horn in her right hand. And then she sort of like scoops her hands inward. And as she does, you just see a flash of orangey yellow light. And then we see your head sort of tilt back against the kitchen wall. Mithri, are you coming back through, or are you going around with the crowd?
I think that, yeah, I would be coming back to the kitchen to help out and report back.
Okay. Can I get a dexterity saving throw, please?
I'm really good at those ones.
Good.
Oh yeah, 16.
Okay. As you walk forward,
Nice.
do you say anything as you come back into the office?
No, because even though Mitri's excited, he doesn't come in and announce really loudly.
Okay.
So
as you stride past the continental breakfast, you see Abigail through the window into the kitchen wave a hand upward with this unicorn horn, which grabs your attention because that's Pegazora's. And then you see orangey yellow light, and the door blasts open and flames come pouring out of it. And then can I get a Constitution saving throw, please?
12.
Your eyes burn like someone just poured acid into them. And you
Funny thing, Mitri
coughing
has experienced that.
and choking.
Oh, wow.
And are having a real hard time as the room you're in fills with smoke and steam, and all of that is carrying a significant amount of capsaicin along with it, as if you just got maced.
I don't understand what she's even doing.
That's because you're unconscious.
Cooking all the chicken.
That's fair. But I mean, like me as a player, I don't understand what she's doing.
Well, you'll figure it out. Hopefully, I imagine that you'll figure it out, or there'll be exposition.
So instantly, Mithri has fear for Pegazora,
Okay.
and with trying to ignore all pain, is going to charge into the room to try to save Pegazora from the burning death that just happened in there.
Yeah, as we see the door sort of swing back the other way, we see this swirl of steam and smoke in the air, and see you press in, eyes watering, into this room. And as you look to your left, you see Pegazora. They're unconscious on a stool, leaning up against a counter, head against the wall. And you see Abigail, and she is coughing and retching and laughing and trying to hunker down beneath this rising plume. And as she does, she and she brings this wand up and starts to swirl it around in the air. And as she does, you start to see all of the vapors in this room start to swirl, and then very quickly see them drawn up the exhaust hood over the stove. And you can actually see it swirling outside. And as she does, she essentially casts gust of wind, and blows all of this steam and smoke out of the room. And as you look in front of you, you can see this butcher block table's a little crispy around the edges, but so too is every one of these satay skewers.
Heck yeah, I love that.
And the aroma in here, now that the spice in the air has started to clear,
And they're all just as hot as the other ones.
Oh, they're so fucking spiced. And
but I mean, temperature-wise too.
Oh yeah. Well, so
they're all just. They're not like a batch of them. They're all cooked the same temperature.
She just did it all at once. And as she coughs and laughs, oh, I hadn't had a chance to do that in so long. And she seems plumb tickled. As she's still hooting and hollering, she looks over at Mithri and says, "All right, buddy, grab a tray. Let's get these out." And she looks out front and sees the line of people going around the building. Oh, I guess they're coming to us. And she scoops up one of the trays on the floor using the edges of her apron and uses her wide tuchus to bump open the door. And as she turns around, you see Aaron, and he is walking this crowd past the back door of the kitchen. And very quickly, you start to hear murmurs and exclamations of enthusiasm from the crowd as people start coming up and very orderly, but still very enthusiastically, begin to help themselves to these skewers.
Mithri would want to check on Peggy Zora.
Sure.
First to make sure that she's okay. Then knowing that she is okay, he would want to at least like wake her up a little bit, gently like shake a little, maybe like a slight pat on the cheek. Peggy Zora.
Can I get a medicine or arcana check from Mithri? And then can I get a constitution check from Pegazora?
Okay, not disadvantage though, right?
No, just a constitution check.
Okay, that was that was a 3. A me 3. Hey!
A me 3. Hey!
Hey! All right. I'm using that didn't help me at all. Well, it helped me a little bit. I used one of my I won't need to. I don't think that an 8 meets the medicine check.
Yeah,
right?
You're not quite sure what's going on. As you're trying to wake up Pegazora, you are you're as tired, if not more so, than you were an hour ago. You're absolutely exhausted. You are wrung out. You have never pushed this much magic through your body this quickly, ever.
Well, you go ahead and you rest right here, Pegazora. I just wanted you to see that we're feeding the people what you did. You did a great job.
Thank you. Is she completely unconscious or?
You ever been like blackout drunk where you're conscious? Liar. Conscious.
No, I literally haven't.
Oh, well, then you're missing out.
I was about to say, it always sounded scary from the way people describe it.
Yeah, because you are missing out. In this case, Pegazora,
literally.
There's really just nothing there. You might have similar to Mithri's earlier expression. No, mommy, I don't want any dissension. Sort of exclamation or expression. But yeah, you're essentially wiped. And conscious is not what you're going to be until you get rest again.
Okay.
And seeing that she is there and kind of resting and kind of protected, probably this is about the time that first tray is done, and Mithri goes over and grabs up another tray and starts heading out, carrying it the same way.
Yeah, as you sort of grab your daddy's little chef,
daddy's girl,
daddy's girl.
apron around this pan. It is still piping hot. In fact, the chicken is still searing on the pan itself. And as you stride outside, you see Abigail standing there, and people are starting to congregate and mill about. And you see other folks coming from this other tent on the east side of the building, and they're starting to. I mean, the aroma is impossible to ignore. And as the air just hangs heavy with this delicious aroma, people are just gravitating. And as we sort of back up over this structure, we can see now that these two lines are converging, and we can see the awe on people's faces, and the excitement of a fresh hot meal, that all of this, they're going to be enough for everybody. We can hear these questions and murmurings, and the anticipation in everybody's voice for what they're about to experience. And as we pull out a little further, we can see that all of these tents are now sort of alerted to what's going on, and we see more people spilling outward. And as they do, we start to see this almost carnival-esque environment form. People milling about. There's an electricity in the air. And people start sitting down and eating and talking, and the energy at this crossroads has changed, and it is all due to two heroes. I think we see, Mithri, you and Abigail carrying Pegazora back upstairs, and laying her in bed. And Abigail goes and grabs a washcloth and lays it over her forehead, as she mutters nonsensically. And we see her tuck Pegazora into that bed and turn to Mithri. And she says, "Honey, I've never seen anything like that in my life. And I don't know if she was right that people are going to be okay with magic because of what she did, but it was a huge risk. And I think it paid off. These folks need something to be excited about. These folks need something to lift their spirits. And I think
Feed their
today,
bellies and nourish their souls.
yeah, I think we hear Pegazor.
Well, no, she doesn't say that because she's not listening.
I mean, listening and experiencing two different.
She'd probably be more like.
We see her smile and look down at Pegazora, and then look back up at Mithri, and say, "You know, I don't know what the two of you did that you could be called heroes before, but what you done today was heroic."
And Mithri, listening, takes that in, puts his hand on her shoulder, just like Aaron did to him, just like he did to Aaron.
That's good.
And says, what we did today makes all four of us heroes.
She smiles, and she takes a step forward, and she says, "You know, you're right. and she wraps her arms around you, and she gives you
Aw.
this big bear hug, and she leans her head into your chest, and she says, "Thanks for letting me be a hero." And that is where I'll leave you tonight.
That was such a good episode.
Kudos.
We didn't do any fighting, but we did a lot of magic and we did a lot of fun.
You did a lot of good. You did a lot of good. That's for
Yeah.
sure. I'm very glad that we got to revisit with Mithri and Pegazora, and I would very much like, depending on schedule here, to be able to do this sort of alternating the weeks that Sarah essentially will be here and not.
I like that.
But bear with me, and you too. Thank you, Jimbo. I do hope that we can make that work, and I look forward to it. I love these characters, and I love this world, and it's so special getting to play in it with such phenomenal folks. I love you all very much.
I love you too.
And I can't
Love
wait to
you
see you
too.
again. So,
Love you too, Pick.
Yeah,
I love you too, Jimbo.
more pics. Yeah. So unfortunately, it is that time, and I must bid you adieu and au revoir, and remind you as always to be good, to take care of yourselves, and if you can't be good, don't get caught. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Love you.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, bye.